This is Deshaun and Taz from Cheat Codes Podcast. I want to take a second. Like, if you guys hadn't heard about Anchor yet, it's the absolute easiest way to make a podcast. I mean, first off, it's free.
And there's creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or your computer.
Along with that, Anchor will actually distribute your podcast for you, so you can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and many more.
You can make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership.
I mean, it's literally everything you need to make a podcast in one place. It can't get any easier.
I mean, no easy, man. So go ahead and download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started.
Alright guys, it's Cheat Codes Podcast. It's Tez and Deshaun, and bro, I got a story for you today, man.
Yes, sir.
I got something to tell you, man. It's been going down since the 80s, baby.
Not the 80s.
Yeah, man. This goes all the way back to Jesse Ventura and Hulk Hogan, man.
Oh, shit. I mean,
yeah.
I already messed up.
Yeah, I know. We said we weren't going to cuss this early in. We might just edit that out, bro. We'll be alright.
Patooey.
Okay, there you go. I heard a girl the other day. She said, "Oh, sugar." That would
never be me. That would never be me. I'm sorry. I go somewhere else before I say, "Oh, sugar."
Yeah, it caught me off guard. But I was like, that's new. That's all I can say,
that's
bro.
New.
That's new.
If it worked for her, hey, do your thing. Not gonna work for me.
No.
Alright, so come out the other way.
Okay. No filter.
No filter.
Alright. Okay, so all this so a lot of people are aware now, former WWE star now, Zelina Vega. You remember her, right?
Yep.
Yeah,
we talked about her a couple times, yep.
Yeah, we talked about it a couple times. So she was released Friday. Released her from a contract, which is crazy because she's had a big role in this show, like especially over this quarantine period. Before they did the draft, she was on Raw with Andrade and what's the other guy, Angel Garza. They had their stable going, and they were closing out the show most nights. And she was doing 4 and 5 segments a show. So I mean, she was like a big part of the show. I mean, I heard didn't
she have a title run?
No, not yet. They had just started letting her get some actual wrestling in. For the most part, she'd only been a manager or a valet for them. That's all she done so far. And then they had just started letting her get a couple wrestling matches in. She actually took on Oscar for the title at some point. It was a quick match, but it looked good. So I was excited about her. I thought she was gonna be doing really well.
Yeah, I remember you talking about her like you was excited that she had started getting a bigger role in her own.
And a lot of people were higher on
Right.
her. Right. A lot of people were higher on her. But then, so going back before this, WWE has restricted all their their superstars or contractors from participating with third-party sites that they didn't strictly give their permission or set up. Pretty much, they can't do third-party without WWE getting their cut. Which, depends on how you look at it. So now, if you look at it from WWE's aspect, they create the name, the character, they decide who wins, who loses, they book you to look good and all this and that. Granted, the stars have to do their part to make us believe it and buy into it and be entertained by it, but for the most part, WWE kind of creates Roman Reigns, for example. Right. Just to use him as an example. Or Zelina Vega. They created Zelina Vega, the name. So they said they wanted everyone to kind of cut this out because a lot of guys were working on Twitch and doing Cameo, and it was a couple of other ones too, like YouTube and stuff like that. So what happened? They got wind of it. They was like, hey, we can make some money off this. But so they shut it down, and the reason they cited was that these guys and girls were using their pretty much created property. So you're using the name and the character I gave you to go make money outside of me. Which, when you look at it from there, I get what he's saying. Pretty much, I made your ass.
Pretty much.
It just
so like it's like in retrospect, it's like LeBron James. If he out here doing commercials in Laker jerseys,
right?
It's like using us,
and not getting the Lakers.
That's why they always get him like it'd be like a same kind of purple and gold jersey, but it would just be plain.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
But it have his number on it. Yeah.
Right.
So.
Right.
Yeah.
And so that was WWE's big gripe was that they didn't want stars going out and using the WWE names and trademarks and all this and that, their creative property, which I get that. That's fine. That's all well and good. But then a couple of them, like Zelina Vega, started using other names. And same thing with Paige. Paige is running her Twitch under, I think the name's Sarah, I can't remember what her name is. Sarah, something along that line.
It should be Busted Open Page. That's what it should be.
Man, you're not going to talk about my baby like that. Hey.
Busted Open Page.
Hey, bro, I like them nasty.
Ooh, I like them nasty.
All right. Anywho, so she's been doing the same thing, and she's been butting heads with WWE about this too, because like I said, they don't want them using any third-party tools. Which I get that, but the issue comes when they are classified as independent contractors, right? Mm-hmm. So the independent contractors just means they are their own entity. WWE does not owe them any benefits whatsoever, health and all that. I think they pay for their surgeries if it happens in like a WWE ring, but
right.
They have to go out and get their own health insurance, which try getting that when you literally get slammed on your back for a living. So
they have to go get their own.
Yeah. WWE does not provide them like any health insurance. There's like really no workman's comp or anything like that. They're independent contractors. Think about them like truckers.
Okay, so if they independent contractors, then why can't they do their own thing?
Exactly, and that's the issue. Which Andrew Yang has been raising a lot of fuss about that too, and one of his things, he's definitely going to look into that because WWE's been getting away with this for the longest. That's probably why Vince McMahon has made so much money. He doesn't have to pay these guys like any benefits whatsoever.
Right. I thought that they had insurance through them. Oh, no. Okay. So no wonder he banking like that. I mean, he's going to bank anyway because of what they were generating when the public was open. But
right. I mean, like I said, there's money there to be made, but I mean, it's something said about treating your people fairly. So, like, the technical definition of independent contractor is a person, business, or corporation that provides goods or services under a written contract or verbal agreement. Unlike employees, independent contractors do not work regularly, but work as required, and they work as required. They often work through a limited company or franchise which they themselves own, or may work through an umbrella company like WWE. Right. And the distinction between an independent contractor and employee is very important. For the business owners, the cost of employees is significantly higher, which is why Vince McMahon does it. So hiring independent contractors due to state and federal requirements, so they don't have to pay their FICA, Social Security and Medicare and unemployment taxes, things along that line. So that's the benefit to WWE keeping them as the independent contractors. He doesn't have to worry about all the medical and all the rest of the stuff they get into, and he just keep plugging along and changing them out like tires, essentially.
Right.
So Andrew Yang has made it a point that especially once Biden is in the office, because you remember Vince McMahon and Trump were very, very close, which is how WWE was even able to operate in the state of Florida during quarantine. They were deemed essential. They were deemed essential workers through their connections in the White House.
And Trump was on WWE a couple of times.
Right. And even closer than that, though, Linda McMahon actually worked for him in the White House. I can't remember exactly what her role was. Yeah, she had a job with the president in the White House during his most recent term.
Not Linda.
Yeah, right. They're that close.
So, okay, look. All my life.
All right.
I had love for Linda.
Right.
And you do this to me. You ungrateful piece of... I never forgive you, Linda. Never forgive you.
I never forget you. Never
cut
look
off.
at you the same again. Pretty much.
You cut off.
Yeah, I can't remember exactly what her role was, but yeah, she took a role with former President Trump at this point. And so Andrew Yang, like I said, he didn't win obviously in his bid for the presidency, but he's worked very well with Biden in the past, and he said they're gonna work real hard to get this changed and to look out for those independent contractors, as WWE likes to call them. All right, so I said all that to say, getting back to Zelina Vega, right?
Right.
What she did after that, she went and started an OnlyFans account under the name Mighty Minx. No, Megan Minx is my mistake. First thing she says though, no nudes. So, yeah, calm down. I saw you, bro. First thing she says, no nudes. She's charging what 30? I think it's like last I heard it was like $30 a month. Like $500 to $1,000 for a photo set, and she's doing very well on my OnlyFans right now. Not to mention, she was still running her Twitch account and also running that under the name Megan Minx. I'm sorry, go ahead.
So she's on OnlyFans for $30 a month.
Yeah.
Charging $500 to $1,000 for photo sets.
Yeah.
Like SETS.
I'm not
or
sure.
SEX.
SET. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So I just want to verify for our listeners and myself.
Photo sex. What is photo sex?
I don't know, brother. I thought it was something new.
Hey.
I mean, she said $500 to $1,000. I mean, not for a picture. I thought it was gonna be some things. I don't know, brother.
Hey,
maybe it's a flashcard full of sex. I don't know, brother. I'm just out here.
Hey man, like I said, well, people been paying for it, so she making enough money on OnlyFans that she did not want to let it go. And honestly, I can't blame her for not wanting to let it go. It's not necessarily fair. Like, if WWE doesn't want them using the WWE name and content, cool. I'm gonna go do it under another name or my personal name. But the trick around that is that very often WWE owns their personal names as well.
What kind of slavery is this?
So if you remember Dusty Rhodes, Cody Rhodes, Goldust, right?
Right.
Cody, as early as possibly 2 weeks ago, was finally able to start going by Cody Rhodes now. He's been in AEW since about a year. They're going. I think they just hit their year mark about a month or so ago. So for about the past, and he's been gone from WWE for about 2, maybe 3 years now. That whole time they had the name Rhodes trademark. He could only go by Cody. And they've been in a legal battle back and forth, and then WWE let the trademark lapse, and he was able to get it. So now he can formally go by Cody Rhodes while on TV.
Let me tell you something. As a grown man, you do not own my name. Good fuck who you is. I'm sorry, I messed up again. But I don't care who you is.
Yeah,
that man.
That baby's out the window, bro.
1-on-1.
He's like, yes, I will see you 1-on-1 in the courtroom.
You gonna have to see me 1-on-1. I'm outside that office every day.
Man. No,
you gotta come outside, Vince. Shane, come on. I take Linda, Stephanie, whoever want it.
Right. Triple H, the kids.
I want everybody. Bring them sorry kids outside too. I got nieces and nephews. Let's get it on.
Let's make this a family affair.
Come on, baby.
Right. But so yeah, man. That's that right there. So he just was say all that to say. A lot of times WWE will own their personal names as well, and trademark them. And like I said, that's one of the reasons she didn't go by her full legal name. Outside of not wanting to give people a full legal name, I want to say that's part of the reason.
Right.
So that's the kind of operation they're running at WWE, and so it kind of came to a head between them and her this past Friday. They've been telling her to let it go. They gave all the superstars I think they gave them 1 to 2 months to shut everything down. that they had, you know, whatever obligations, and yeah, so they gave him that, and she said no. And then
so she been had this OnlyFans.
She just started. It's probably like a month or two old at most.
So what they got mad at her about? Because of
that's a third party company. They don't get a cut essentially.
So they can be on Twitter.
Yeah.
And Facebook and stuff like that.
But those are all like WWE run accounts.
Okay, so that's crazy. So she just started the OnlyFans, and they was like, how did they find? Well, never mind.
I mean, if she's not hiding it, that's the thing. She's not hiding it.
I mean, she got no right. She shouldn't hide it.
Right.
She's not like she just out here going butt naked wild.
Right. And even then, like, I could understand if she was on there, you know, like nude and like having sex or doing whatever on OnlyFans. If they came back and said we don't want to be associated with this, I would get that. You know,
right.
I would get it. I was like, you guys have done worse, and I mean, like as a whole, but whatever, I get it. But that's the thing. I would
definitely fire 3 10s for that. But anyway, continue.
Alright, so the thing about her being so right before she was released, like, so they came to terms on her release, and before they put it out on social media, she tweeted out that she supports unions. And unions have been something that should have happened in WWE a long time ago. But they haven't. So the one that I first heard about most recently with all this coming up, Jesse the Body Ventura, former WWE superstar, did movies, was the governor out of Minnesota, if I'm not mistaken.
Right. Yeah, Minnesota.
So back in, he said it was, I'm going to read a clip of his from an article on 411 Mania. It says, Vince McMahon fighting unionization. It was WrestleMania 2 weeks before all the publicity had gone out, the advantage was ours. He said, I stood, I waited there so there weren't agents around. I stood up in the dressing room, I gave a speech to the boys, and this was at the time we were still battling Charlotte and Jim Crockett Promotions. I said, if we go together and simply tell the media we're not wrestling unless union negotiators by federal law come in and give us the opportunity to unionize. And I said, guys, the people that turn on the lights in these buildings are union. I said, they have to do it by law. It's in our favor. Then if we engage the Charlotte guys to do the same thing, we can have a union in wrestling. He said, I gave this big speech, I left it there, I went home. The next night, I got a phone call from Vince McMahon, who basically threatened to fire me if I ever brought it up again and read me the riot act. I then did WrestleMania 2 and immediately left and did Predator and was a member of the Screen Actors Guild now. Now my union that I get retirement from now, healthcare from, and all of that from, and so on. When I came back, I told Vince point blank, Vince, I won't ever bring up a union again. And I said, if these guys are too stupid to fight for their rights, I have my union now. I'm a member of the Screen Actors Guild. I get healthcare, I get retirement, I get everything for them. I'll pay my union dues.
All right.
So what happened, the big thing there, if you remember, WrestleMania 2 was going to be Hulk Hogan and I think King Kong Bundy. And they were really pushing to get Bundy on their side. They knew Hulk Hogan wasn't going to do it. Hulk Hogan was like the absolute top of the top guy at the time. And that would have meant less money, you know, for him if they were a union.
Right.
So Hulk Hogan sold him out to Vince McMahon.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
I can see that.
He said he called Vince, ratted him out, and told him everything. And like I said, he wasn't looking out for anybody but himself. So Hulk Hogan's been a bastard.
A whole bastard.
Yeah, pretty much. And so he mentioned the Screen Actors Guild. Now you remember that movie Beyond the Mat?
Mm. Yeah.
You remember the movie Beyond the Mat?
That's by Page, right?
No. You're thinking of the reason. I'm thinking like Beyond the Mat, you know, back in like the 90s. The Rock, man.
Yeah. Bless you.
Excuse me. Thank you. Alright, let's go. Alright, so you remember Beyond the Mat, right?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so in that movie, you know, they kind of get like a behind the scenes view. Most notably, they take a look, Mankind and The Rock, Terry Funk, and a couple other guys in the movie. But At one point during the movie, Vince McMahon sits down and literally says, "We make movies."
Right.
Right. And that's how he described what they do in WWF. I would love to think that, and I don't think it's a stretch to think that they couldn't take that and say, if we literally make movies, we should be able to join the Screen Actors Guild. And from everything I read, I think the SAG is they're called, for short. I don't think they have any issue with them joining their union whatsoever. Because like I said, they get no health care, they get no retirement, none of that. So the Screen Actors Guild is an American labor union representing approximately 160,000 film and TV actors, journalists, radio personalities, recording artists, singers, voice actors, and other media professionals worldwide. It was formed in 2012 following the merger of the Screen Actors Guild that was created in 1933 and the American Federation of Television and Radio Artists created in 1937. Alright, so that's what they do. They're labor union for all these people. And like, tell me where these guys in WWE don't fit under that. Do they act? Yes. Are they on TV? Yeah. Yes. Are they personalities? Yes. Some of them record. Some of them do voices. They are media professionals. They follow. They meet every term.
Everyone.
Yeah.
It's some slavery type shit.
It is, bro, and he's been getting away with it for a very, very long time. So, like I said, Zelina Vega's been released. She did put out, kind of a statement when she was interacting with some of her fans on her Twitch account, and she was heartbroken. I mean, she said, "I've been working for this since I was 17. It's all I ever wanted to do," and pretty much they took it away on the technicality.
She go to AEW.
She probably would, but they have a 90-day non-compete clause. Sorry, got tongue tied over there. Yeah, so 90 days. Hey man, I ain't got my whiskey tonight, bro. I'm a little off, man.
Hey brother, I feel you.
It's been all water. I'm all hydrated, and I can't talk, bro. I need liquor. Water's overrated.
I'm resting because tomorrow night is gonna be legendary.
That's all you gonna say? All right.
Team Jesus. That's all I'm saying. Continue.
Okay. We gonna talk about that. But yeah, dude, WWE's been getting away with running a slave ship for a long time now.
For a good minute.
Right. I mean, like I said, I really don't know what else to call it. He's getting by on a technicality and a flawed system, and these guys are paying for it. I mean, you see some of these wrestlers, dude. Their bodies are beat to hell. Like when it's all said and done, I mean, that's why they have to, and that's why I remind these guys, they have to be very smart about their money and what they do. One guy that comes to mind, Randy Orton, right? Mm-hmm. So he's had like multiple like shoulder surgeries and issues with his shoulder. Like he literally and I seen an interview with him recently. It's probably been about a year or so now, but he's like, I show up hours early just to sit with the trainers and warm my shoulder up and stretch and make sure there are no issues come the time of the match. And that's I mean, I get it, he's had prior issues, and to me that's ridiculous though. That he can't get that. I mean, he's taken care of obviously because it still functions, but I mean, a lot of those guys, they have to work through injuries and stuff like that, pretty much to the point where they can't. That's the only time they're off TV. I mean, you see a lot of them there. They come out with the Kinesian tape. I mean, even you got Big E, man. He's got what is it? Something. I think he's got a lot of scar tissue in his shoulder. He can't raise his arm above his head. If you ever watch him in a match, one of his arms doesn't go above his head. He can't do it. Just from the damage he's done, weightlifting and wrestling. I mean, Stone Cold Steve Austin, his arm doesn't straighten all the way out. His elbow stays cocked at an angle. I want to say it's his right elbow. These guys put their bodies through. And you know what it does? Honestly, bro, this makes Brock Lesnar look so smart. He's like, look, man. He's like, I can give you 30 days. I give you all I got for 30 days, bro. That's it. After that, you cut me my check. I'm going back to Saskatchewan. I'm gonna go hunt. I'm gonna go drink me a little beer. I'm gonna go lay down with Sable. See you next year.
I forgot about Sable.
Yeah, that's his wife. They've been married for a while now.
I forgot about this.
Yeah.
But let hold on. Something you said earlier is sitting on my spirit.
What's up?
When you were saying that this man been getting away with I forgot what you said. You said it earlier, but whatever you said, it reminded me of this whole Trump thing about how he been getting away with his taxes.
Yeah,
and find loopholes and all this.
What did they say he paid? What, $700 in taxes, or was it $70? One or the two?
700 is still too low.
Is that for the kind of money he's making? But
when I'm over here scraping for goddamn change, and I gotta pay damn near everything. But
that's the way the country is structured. The rich get richer,
and the broke stay broke.
Pretty much. That's how the rich get rich. Somebody got to be broke.
That's a damn shame. But you know, we ain't gonna get into politics. But yeah, it was just sitting on my spirit.
I get it, man. But yeah, dude. So like I said, and I love Zelina Vega, so I definitely will be following, you know, whatever she does next. And like I said, I love WWE, and the product has gotten to be so questionable, but same time, it's one of those things. Like I'm not a huge fan of AEW. I've given it a try. I kind of like it every once in a while, but for the most part, it's not hitting with me. Right? To be honest, I just can't really get into the product just yet. Maybe later, but
it probably something that got to continue to grow into something.
Yeah, but I think the industry, and honestly, dude, the reason why you remember WCW, the reason why they were so big and the reason why they were able to do what they do, that's when guys finally started getting guaranteed contracts. You remember that?
Right.
So up until then, it was like if you don't work, you don't get paid. Like no matter why you're not working. If you need to take time off to get married, you know, your wife's having a baby, you need surgery, you're not getting paid for that. I'm not paying for that. Right. But then WCW comes along, starts giving out guaranteed contract, and like I said, that was probably one of the best things for that industry as a whole.
Right.
But we're gonna keep an eye on this situation and see how things go. Like I said, I've been a fan of Zelina Vega. It's gonna be crazy to see what she does in the next. I think she's probably 10 days in on the this is last Friday, so she's probably about a weekend. So roughly after about 85 days from now, we're gonna see where she goes. AEW, Impact, New Japan, Ring of Honor. I mean, she's got options. You know, she's got options, and she's definitely got a following already on Twitch and OnlyFans. So financially, she'll be fine. The only thing that I'm unsure of now is actually going to be her husband, Aleister Black, and what's going to happen with him. He's already requested to go back down to NXT. Well, it's not even down, but he's requested to be moved back to NXT because he doesn't agree with the way he's been used. And they haven't used him much, if at all, really, since Paul Heyman was fired from creative or being the head writer. Paul Heyman was a big fan of his and had big plans for him. They fired Paul Heyman, just promoted him back to a on-air talent, and great for that because
they fired him.
Yeah, as a I guess writer or like as a creative director. I can't remember exactly what his title was called, but yeah, they fired him there. So now he's just an on-air talent again. That's why you just see him with Roman Reigns. But no, he had big plans for guys like Aleister Black, Zelina Vega. I want to say Cedric Alexander. He had big plans for all those guys, and a lot of them they just all kind of fell by the wayside once he was gone. Like Aleister Black. I mean, I love that guy. I love his character. I love his look.
That's my dog.
Right. One of the best looking finishers in the wrestling business right now. Period. In my mind, I love the Black Mask.
I was that at work sometime.
So. Them being married, I can't imagine that he's gonna be looking to re-sign with him, or really, he's not gonna be happy at a place that completely just dumped on his wife like that.
Right. So you gonna do my baby? Okay.
Right.
I gotta go home to that.
Right, exactly. And they've already said they're not moving him back down to NXT. They've already denied that. So I don't know what's coming with him next. I mean, he's barely on TV now. So, I mean, there's not much worse they can do to him, honestly, at this point. So he might just end up riding out his contract and hauling ass when it's over.
Probably so.
Yeah, and I can't blame
him. I see that last day. He gonna black mask Vince.
Oh, bro. I seen Vince, man. Vince ain't looking too good, bro. That black mask might kill him, bro. Okay, I see how you feel about it.
Okay, then. I ain't gonna say it, but you can take it.
Alright, guys, we're gonna go ahead and wrap this one up. Like I said, WWE's been getting away with some criminal activity for a long time now. We support Union. We support Zelina Vega in this one. Like I said, I can see both sides. But they're being completely like unreasonable right now. Like I said, the guys and girls that they already don't get paid for they're not getting any pay-per-view money anymore, you know, because it's all on the WWE network. That's all the subscription base, so it's not like they're getting a huge cut of that. I mean, they may get a cut of like action figures and merchandise, and that's about it. You know, live shows are going out the window with COVID. So I mean, they got to make their money somewhere, Vince. You can't have it all, bro.
You can't have it all, though. Let the people live. Like,
let them eat, man.
It's not like we said earlier. I can understand if they just out here doing news shit, having sex. I get it, like you said.
If that was the case,
understandable. But if they just out here, just whatever, taking pictures in a swimsuit, which you have them do anyway.
Let's not forget the Attitude Era.
Exactly.
The bra and panty matches.
Come on, you were exploiting women a long time ago. Right. So don't sit here because they want to take a picture and a photo and get paid for doing this. But
at the end of the day, they don't care about that. He just care about getting his cut, bro. Like, and he can't take a cut of that. That's all he wants. However they get it.
So, what kind of slavery shit is this? Where I can't earn money myself. I gotta do everything. Look, when you blew me when you told me that these people last name, not no WWE name, but they actual name they did not have rights to. Are you crazy? Nigga, I would listen, Vince. 1-on-1. Oh, we can go family on family. It don't matter to me. I got hitters, you got hitters.
Right.
Triple H, I'm gonna hit him in that old bleak. He'll never do a high five again. I will destroy you.
Right. And I'm looking at it now because I want to see like what superstars what names WWE own. And I think it's in their contract that WWE owns their real names. So like they're essentially signing their names over when they sign these contracts.
I would never. I just like signing your life over to the devil.
Yeah. And you know, I think a lot of this probably has to do, and they've been punishing people. So like Zelina Vega got released. Lana's been put through a table. We're up to 9 weeks straight now that she's been put through a table on TV. And yeah, she's been put through a table for 9 weeks straight now, and she did a couple commercials for energy drink, Bang Energy. Another third party, they didn't approve it, and I think they were pissed off about it. And this is kind of, the whole third party thing started too, which I'm sorry I forgot to mention. Really, AJ Styles was like kind of I ain't gonna say he was a catalyst, but I know one of the things that really pissed him off was he revealed that one, he had COVID, that he contracted COVID while working with WWE on his Twitch account. And
who said
the second thing he did, AJ Styles.
Okay.
He had COVID recently, and the other thing he did, he pretty much like told how pissed off he was with Paul Heyman regarding the contract situation with Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson, how that fell through after Paul gave his word, and he called him a bitch, and like pretty much, you see me, you better cross the street.
Right. It's on site.
In so many words, and so Yeah, and I'm surprised they obviously will not be on the same show anymore for that reason. If you notice, Heyman's on SmackDown, AJ's on Raw, and they don't interact. But those are a couple of things. The AJ Styles, Lana, a couple other superstars revealing that they did contract COVID. Kayla Braxton, like I said, she caught it twice, and she's kind of backstage. One of the backstage girls, like kind of like back. She's like the interviewer backstage. Yeah. She's caught it twice while working there. So I mean,
twice.
It's been a lot. Yeah. But it was a while ago. This is like when it first hit. We were still learning a lot about it, and yeah. So yeah, but like I said, I could go on and on about this, man. Like I said, WWE's getting away with this for a while. It's unfortunate. Like I said, I really hope these guys can get with the Screen Actors Guild if they can't form their own union. That way, because like I said, that way they can get some sort of benefits. Because a lot of what keeps these guys in the ring now is that they need the money for after. And like I said, when you're young, you blow that money. So like I said, we'll see how it goes. Like I said, we're really gonna be interested to see what happens with Zelina Vega and Aleister Black and this whole union situation. Like I said, I feel like with Biden in office, Andrew Yang may feel like it's time to push on it. So we'll see.
We'll see.
Yeah.
We will see.
Alright, guys, this has been Cheat Codes Podcast. This is Tez and Deshaun. This will be available as a podcast. We'll also be posting this to our YouTube channel, Cheat Codes YT. Make sure you go over there and subscribe.
Yeah.
Check us out on Instagram. Check us out on Twitter. We do live tweet a lot of sporting events. Wrestling, MMA are two of our favorites. And like I said, we'd love to hear like any requests to like review any old like retro wrestling. We love doing those. Any watch-alongs, anything like that. So like I said, guys, don't hesitate to reach out.
Yeah, DM us. And before we go, Patrick Mahomes be coming for you again.
This ain't football, bruh.
I just want to be known everywhere.
Okay, bro.
Everywhere.
Hey, cut his mic.
Cut him off. Cut him off.
All right.